and Jonesy know what it's all about. From burnouts and doubts to boundaries that stick. We're right here with you through thick and thick. Do what you want because you're grown. You don't need to hustle all on your own. With that voice in your ear when it all goes whack. Take a deep breath, we got your back.
Wait, how did that go, Jess?
It went dead air, dead air, dead air, dead air, dead air, dead air, dead air. There's never dead air on this show.
Never.
Well, because we'll just use that anytime we have dead air, and then it'll just be us on the screen, and then it'll be playing.
Like our technical difficulty song.
Yes. All right, so we're going to jump into another episode of Minding Our Business, where we talk mental health and entrepreneurship.
What type of episode? Is there an adjective you would assign to our episodes?
Well, all of them?
Yeah.
So an adjective that we would describe all our episodes? Oh, riveting?
Riveting. There's my riveters. Riveters.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Oh my god, welcome back to another riveting episode. We don't want to have anything less than riveting. Okay.
Correct.
But I'm gonna throw it to Jonesy to introduce our guest because you guys have met.
We have. This is a friend and now client and collaborator. This is a very exciting time. This is Edythe Beckles, who is launching the brand EB Midlife. As a women's midlife health wellness coach, expert, really agent of transition for positive growth. So I'm gonna let Edythe take over on this one. But we've met probably about, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago at this point, at networking events and, with different types of entrepreneurship people who are in the various stages of firing their boss, and, getting paid to be themselves. So I've done it. I've seen it through, and now you're in the throes of it. So this is cool because we'll get to revisit this in like 2 years, and all the struggles that you're going through now, you'll be like, and we'll be able to unveil all sorts of new struggles that we can, dissect and crowdsource our way through into the next phase. So let me just, tell us what, tell us where you're at as far as the business launch and who you like to work with right now.
Okay. The quick pre-game of this is I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse since 2020. I love bedside. I love patients. I love all of that. And I was raised by a man who said, climb the corporate ladder, go as high as you can, be as great as you can. And I did just that. So I found myself in C-suites and making, 6 figures a year. And the patients weren't there and the care wasn't there. And there was a lot of other things there that I didn't want to have any part of. So I actually fired my boss in November of 2023. And at that time, it looked really good to fire my boss. I had a lot of money in the bank. I was, everything was great. And here I am 2.5 years later. And I started this business last February. So it is a women's coaching for health, wellness, and lifestyle. And I do one-on-one coaching, I do group coaching, I do personal coaching because over those years that I fired my boss, I was certified in TRX and yoga, life coaching, and I built the foundation of this business over that time. So here I am now, and I have EB Midlife, and I am working with Jonesy and friends to really launch it at this point. I truly love what I do. Oh, I skipped then menopause happened, and that was like a WTF, like what? And so I really knew that women needed attention and focus and support and truly love. Like I went from bedside nursing where I was loving there, did the whole corporate thing, and I was like, bye-bye, nobody loves anybody here. I'm out. And then I came into this, and now I'm back to where like my heart really lies.
Yeah, love to hear that part of it. So what Where were you nursing? And you don't have to name the place, but was it a hospital? Was it private practice? What was the situation there? Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah,
corporate.
did it all. Did it all. Started in a hospital, went to
Okay.
nursing homes,
Okay.
went to assisted livings. I was in cancer. I was, nursing it's a beautiful field. I have nurses are phenomenal, and there's a lot of great options as long as you don't go there, go to the corporate side. So I pretty much
Hmm.
I had a little bit of everything. I landed, strangely enough, my favorite was geriatrics. I love seniors. I don't love death, but I do love being supportive to the family and the patient and just being one of those last touches before they do pass. So I loved that.
Aren't the older people normally like the mean ones?
They are. I love it. I love mean people. I make them like me. And then I'm like, gotcha.
Like nothing's better than getting a mean old man to
Yeah,
be
getting an
like,
old, cranky man to be like, you're so sweet. Thank you for being here. I'm like, did it, nailed it. Like,
Like we broke him.
yes.
so you stopped nursing in 2020? Is that what you said?
I stopped nursing in 2023. Yeah.
Oh, 2023.
I
Okay.
nursed through COVID.
And
Uh,
then that was a rough time.
it
Um,
was.
so after when you were deciding to leave, did you already have the business plan for the coaching program? Like you had a business plan go, or you were like, "Hey, I'm done with nursing. I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I'm not doing this anymore."
Right. No, I'm a leaper. I'm like, you know what? We're done here. I had no plan. That was in November. My business started in January. I did have the idea of it. I did know in my heart of heart. I had already gone through menopause and it was hell on earth. And I was like, nobody was there for me the way that I needed them to be there for me. We need women to be there for each other. And so I had the idea, but I never in that moment was like, I'm going to start a business. Business people
Hmm.
start businesses. I was just a nurse. And I never thought at that time that I could run a business or start a business. Um, I'd like to say I'm a dreamer. I dreamt of this being a great thing, but I was like, I could never do that. I don't know how to do that. And then by
Hmm.
January, I just kind of started falling in. And I think the reason I knew I could do it is it wasn't just seniors or geriatrics, it was family and friends. And I was supporting all of the people around me. And I knew I was a good support system for everyone around me. Um, and I was like, I'm kind of good at this. Like, nobody's calling me and being like, that was the stupidest thing I ever heard, right? Like, they were calling me and they were saying, thank you so much for taking the time. And thank you so much for being present. And I was like, oh, all right, let's get into this.
Right.
So when did it
Yeah.
change from just like a friend giving advice to where like now, hi, I'm your coach and you're like now going to be paying me?
Yeah.
Like
Um,
how did you make that transition? Like who was your first client?
so after I was in I went to life coaching. I had a certification in life coaching, and part of the course was coaching other students. And so I then was able to see what a good coach looks like and what a bad coach looked like. And I was like, I'm more on the good coach side. And from that point, I started actually coaching for free. So I was sharpening skills. I was getting away from that, nervousness. And so I did that for a
Hmm.
couple of months. I would just have a friend who was going through something and I would offer the services for free. And I did that, I do like 3 or 6 sessions to go from beginning to end. And then goals were being met. And I was like, wow, like I helped with that. And they were,
Hmm.
I see them 2 months later and they were still using the same tools that we discussed. And I was watching them blossom even outside of coaching. And I was like, okay, we got something here.
Very rewarding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
I
And
like that
they
you
do say if you're good at something, never do it for free. But when you are launching, it is a proven model to do the
I was
first
just gonna say
for
that, yeah.
free, especially in that coaching realm where, yeah, getting it, it's like your internship. It's like gaining that practical experience to not only, be able to say, yeah, I am competent and good and proficient at this, to then be able to attach an invoice to it. But then getting the early testimonials, that those social proofs where they don't exist when the business is in launch phase.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No question, just a comment.
Well, I know that my side, I'm getting a lot of lagging.
Are you now?
So
I
much.
am. Not
Yeah.
not so much from you, but I'm getting it from Edythe.
Okay.
Oh.
So if you see me lag, like at one point I know I was talking, but I wasn't moving on my screen, but then I would come back and then I'd be like, "Oh, I'm back to moving."
No worries. So here's how this will work: is we're all recording individually as well. Um, you'll just want to keep the tab or the app open once we're done, and it'll all sync up afterwards.
Cool.
And the mics will be muted and your camera will be off. It's just a data stream. So that's StreamYard, everybody. This show is sponsored by StreamYard. I don't know. We have an affiliate link that gets us like $1 if you use it. So support minding our business, please.
All right. Sorry to pivot us off there by letting us know we're frozen.
Educational.
Um, so
We
what would
operate
a
transparently.
so what would a session look like with you if someone's like looking to meet with you and they meet with you for the first time? Like what would that look like?
Yeah, my first session is always kind of like data collection. I get to know the backstory. I get to know where they want to go. My coaching can be, right now, I'm really focused on health and wellness. I have a lot of health and wellness clients, mostly are older women, older than 40, going through perimenopause, menopause. So I have so much passion for hormones, wellness, non tox living, and strength training. So we go through those kind of four pillars, and
Mhm.
I don't want to say it's hard, but it's interesting to see where everybody is in their journey and where they want to go. Some women want to go completely non-tox. They want to be at the gym 5 days a week. And then there's other women who are like, I just want
Mhm.
to lift weights in my living room twice a week. I'm going to walk. I'm going to filter my water. I haven't been able to sleep, right? Like cortisol's high and, all these big words. That's the
Mhm.
other thing I don't like is all these big words that you hear on the internet. I like to dumb it down and just make it easy for
Mhm.
them
Yeah.
to understand what affects what, because everything is related to each other. So, my first session is always just getting to know you, getting to know where you've been, where you want to go. And then we kind of set up a plan of what that looks like. So, sessions with me include like food shopping, meal prepping,
Oh, wow, that's
home
cool.
Yeah, home exercise. If you want to go to the gym, like what that looks like. Gyms are scary for women who are 45. They're like, we don't do this. Well, we can. And if you want to, we will. And then the whole non toxic, I would say, is a whole different um, entity because it's a real commitment. It's a real commitment. Non tox is from the time you wake up until the time you go to sleep. So it's a lot of big changes.
What I love about like businesses like yours and how it was started is I love when something is started from a passion that started with themselves going through something.
Hmm.
Like you went
Yeah.
through everything and now you have and like learn the skill. I don't know. I love when there's a passion behind that. And like
Yeah.
when like I was even looking at your name like midlife, like did like when you were like coming up with the name and like were you because like I feel like it's perfectly targeted too to like who you want to work with.
Yeah. Well, I have a really great marketer.
I really like the name of the business.
I have a really great guy who told me what to do. And so I did. And so thank you, Jonesy. um,
Oh, did you come up with that?
he
Well, no, it's her initials. Yeah, her spelling of Edith is unique. It's Edythe.
Uh-huh.
So it's pronounced the same way as the traditional spelling, but I didn't want her to lose any leads, traffic, anything by her, and really it has nothing to do with on socials or in print or the written word anywhere, but out in the wild at networking, say, yeah, Edythe B or Edythe Beckles Midlife. And suddenly now you're typing in the wrong thing. And eventually it won't matter because of AI overviews and corrections and whatnot once her brand is, on the speed run to authority and greatness. But just for now, just simplify it, ebmidlife.com. That's it,
it's easy.
ebmidlife.com.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
look, we
yeah.
didn't even plan that, so you're already in good hands here.
I think that was an infomercial
Well,
for
all I
Jonesy.
do is take people who are really good at what they do and just show people. That's all I do.
Yeah.
By
So,
show.
y- going back to your question, I am not, I have a nursing degree. I'm licensed by the state, all those things. Everybody knows, like the yoga people, authorities know I'm a yoga instructor. I did all of that. But there's no degree that says I'm a midlife woman who's been through a divorce, who hated menopause, who's still having hot flashes. Like, there's no degree for what I'm doing. So part
Mhm.
of me thinks, like, do I need a doctorate? I have life experience. I have real, true life experience. I'm willing to share the highs, the
Here's my
lows, the
take on
good, the
that
bad.
is sorry, I think we were victim of lag again, but the life experience is what's going to attract your clients to you anyway. The
Mhm.
credentials are what set you apart from, and let's face it, any jackass can get a life coaching certificate.
Oh, come
It's
on, Josie. I
having
think
a
you just called me a
nursing.
jackass.
Hang on.
No,
I
no,
said
no,
getting
no.
bolstering that with a nursing degree and a yoga
Okay.
certified instructor and PRX instructor. Okay, that sets you apart. All right. I've
Yeah.
I've met some life coaches that I wouldn't let them run my dog's life,
Yeah.
and
Agreed.
so it's a differentiator, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like saying a marketing person, right? There's a bunch of jackasses out there that do that too, and do it incorrectly. So
Right.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
and it leads into the question. So you're still registered with the state. I mean, once you have a nursing degree, you have it. Like you still have
Yeah.
that credential, even if you're not registered or licensed to practice. It's still, hey, I have this degree. Do you plan on staying in that registered status? And how does that tie into this? This is where I actually don't know. Besides it being a credential of authority, can that be something you
Right.
actively deploy?
You know, that's a great question because when I left, now remember, I was bedside nursing and then started to climb to corporate. So I haven't been bedside
Mhm.
technically as a practicing nurse, God, 10 more, I'm going to say about 10 years. I recently have been thinking that's where, like, my passion, my love is to be at the bedside and asking myself the question, like, do you just want to get a part-time gig and just get back to that? It's like a feeling that you have inside of you, or I would say that most nurses do. I don't know if all do, but it's becomes part of who you are, just being that person that can hold. I don't want to, like, it's not the needles or the bed bets. It's not that
Mhm.
part that I loved. It was the holding the hand, that listening to the story, that knowing the name of their daughter when they visit, um it was that part of nursing that I really, really loved. And so, yeah, I'm always going to be registered. I'm registered in both states now because I'm originally from Florida. um
Mhm.
I'm always going to have it because if I ever want that back again, I want to just be able to go get it.
True. Okay. But we're gonna make sure you don't go back and work
Well,
for somebody
that's
else.
okay too.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, listen, it's never bad to have that
Yeah.
backup plan at all.
Mhm.
Like I'm
Yeah.
totally for that, especially when it is such a technically and acclaimed skill like that, that you can go get a job wherever you want right now.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
with that, and that's power and that's leverage,
Yeah.
and we plan on deploying it by jackass life coaches and Edythe.
Love that. Good save. Good save, Jonesy. I like it.
So what do you think are some of your challenges right now that you're like facing in your business?
My business is a lot of socials, so it's a lot of online stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of just said this morning to a friend. If you need a yoga class, if you need somebody to dress your bandage or dress your wound, or you need somebody to life coach you, I'm your girl, right? But the challenge in business is that you can be really great at the idea, but not know how to build it, how to make it profitable. And so I don't
Mm-hmm.
have a business degree. I don't know anything about marketing. So I have the great idea, and I'm able to get a few people to come to me, believe me, trust me, and join me. But scaling a business is not what nurses do. And so finding the right people, building the team, and even knowing what it is you need. Like, I was on the phone with Jonesy yesterday, and he was using like little
Mm-hmm.
like like CRM, and like he was saying these things, and I was googling things, and I was like, I had to keep up with him because he knew the things. But if I was going to talk to him about antibiotics and infections, and he would be googling on his side. So knowing that you can't
Mm-hmm.
do it alone, that it's okay to not know everything, and you're not going to win the first time. That's like a somebody should brand that. You are not going to win the first time. You're going to try and try
That
and
sounds like
try.
yours.
Yeah.
That sounds like yours. Yeah, it sounds like you're going to take ownership of that one.
Yeah. It's, I started this last
All right, first
January.
tagline.
I started this in January of last year, and I was sure that by the summer, I'd be set. I would never have to worry about money. I would never have to go back to nursing. And we're almost a year later, and we're still climbing.
Well, it's
So,
always going to be a climb, but you're
Yeah.
you're on the precipice of exploding
yeah.
here in a good way, because you just lack the system. That's it. It's
Yeah.
just the system
Hmm.
that runs without you being there, and that's what we provide. So I mean, it's. I mean, I'm not going to say it's a done deal. You say, I say my phrase is that I A/B test my way to the top. When people say fail forward, that's my way of saying it. Is we
Yeah.
treat every pathway as an A/B test, and sometimes one's not a failure, but one's always better,
Yeah.
and we leverage and scale that particular pathway.
Yeah. It's not a one man show. If it is a one man show, God bless you. But there's always a team of support that's necessary. I've been running a one man
Mhm.
show for 2 years. So I've finally accepted that.
So I know did you guys recently meet or a few months you said?
I think we met at the book launch party back in
That was,
January.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
At the
Because my question would be, I know you were doing a lot. You fire your boss. Oh wait,
Do you want me to go get mine? I have one too. Is Jessica going to
I
break
mean,
yours out? That's not
it
fair.
wouldn't be
It's
a
in the
bad way to
next
start off.
room.
I carry mine in my laptop bag.
I do have one, so the record shows I
I
do.
love typing up my friends. I'll just like randomly pull it out, be like, oh, like my friend wrote this book. I just so happen to have it here in my bag.
Mine is signed.
Um,
Is yours, Jessica?
of course it is.
Oh gosh. All right,
Mine's not.
fine.
So what I was gonna ask was, like when you guys met, was that when you made that click with the business that like, hey, it's not working just myself. I'm gonna start putting myself out there more. Like at like when you first were starting the business, were you already putting yourself out there, like networking, or were you just trying to kick off yourself?
I missed your question. You'll have to say it again.
All right. So when because you said that you learned now that you can't do it alone, that you need, resources. You're not a marketer, so you're bringing in a team. You're bringing a marketer in. So did you spend that first year pretty much trying to do it yourself, and then you're like, I'm failing, and then got advice from someone? You're like, I need to be out there getting more people. Like, how did that shift, that mindset shift happen, where it's like, okay, I actually can't do this alone.
Right.
I do need others.
It was the feeling of standing still. So
Mhm.
I wasn't meeting new clients. I was still working with the same old clients. My socials were kind of like standing still. It was the same, somewhere between like 400 and 1,000 views. And I was like,
Mhm.
and the 1,000 views, when they happened, it was like game on, because it didn't happen a lot. And
Mhm.
Mhm.
so here I was thinking, I'm doing everything what I believe is right, and I'm not moving the needle. And so I met Jonesy in January. And first of all, I met most of his team there. I met a few of your team there. And I actually linked up with Blair,
Mhm.
loved her energy, loved what she was doing. Met Amanda, met his wife Brie. Like everybody
Mhm.
was just on point and welcoming and kind. And then I creeped Jonesy a bit, because that's what you do on social. So don't make fun of me. I creeped him a bit, and just knew that that team was not like ties and uptight and business, and they were more like me. And what I've
Mhm.
seen them do, I saw Jonesy speak.
He pretends like he's
Yeah.
like not a speaker, and then
Oh
meanwhile
my
he's like,
God.
"Hello, I'm
Yeah.
Jonesy."
I think that was the clincher for me that day, Jonesy. Yeah. When he spoke that day, his team was there. That was it for me. I was like, this is my next step. This is it. And so I reached out, I don't know, not even that long ago, 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
And here we are.
Yeah, I knew once you started talking with Amanda and Blair that we'd end up working with you. I mean, we gotta build a rapport. You want to know, like, and trust us. Like
Yeah.
that's all part of the process. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. It's a
We
great
know,
team.
because at the same time, we don't work with solopreneurs very much at all.
Uh,
We work with small businesses usually, but the criteria is doers. I can't tell you how many entrepreneurs I've met in the past 5 years, um, that they're going to do it. They're going to do it next week. It's going to happen any day now. Cricket, cricket,
yeah.
cricket. Meanwhile, you're posting, you're going out, you're networking, you've got the affiliate links up, you did your homework assignment, done,
Yeah.
done deal.
Jersey, that was a rough time for me. And that's that was part of why we're still here today. It made me figure out what the hell I was doing. Is it a
Mhm.
hobby? Is it a business? Like, how serious are you? Because this is not going to be easy. They're not going to do it
Mhm.
for you. So, are you going to do the work? Are you going to be part of the team? Are you going to let, Jonesy and Amanda and Blair and Bree and everybody see that you don't know what the fuck you're doing? You don't have a
But you
clue.
do, you do. You are an expert at what you do for who you do it for, and you're gambling on yourself, and that's all we need on our side. That's all we need.
Yeah.
Everything else is positioning and promotions, which for us it's frameworks and applying your unique skills to it.
Yeah.
And I know I make it sound reductionist, but when you come to the table with all that, that's who we are. That's who we want to work with all day long,
Mm. Well, thank you.
because you're a difference maker. You're a difference maker.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's the other
Um,
thing. That's part of the like we just talked about it yesterday. Imposter syndrome,
Mhm.
right?
oh
I'm
my God,
like
I just looked that up yesterday because I have it severely.
I it's not a diagnosis. I did go medical on it, but it should be. Because we
No,
all have a piece of
it's
it,
good.
and it's getting to the other side of it, of imposter syndrome, or being aware and knowing when it hits, and just being like, I see you, I hear you, but we're still moving forward. Might not be pretty.
It's a way to keep you. It's a way to keep you humble
Yeah.
if you get some wins,
Mhm.
and it's a way to allow you to stay on that quest for self-improvement
Yeah.
by not resting on the laurels.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Resting on their laurels.
Yeah.
All right. I know we're gearing toward the end. So final question from me to you is, what would success look like for your business for the next 6 to 12 months?
Success would look like me and the team, constant communication, um, feeling stronger in my stance as an entrepreneur, getting rid of the imposter syndrome, seeing clients go from, I don't even want to see A to Z in 6 months. Let me just say A to B or A to C, and women feeling happy and healthy and whole in their bodies and knowing that they're not broken. And
My
of course,
favorite part, well, I was gonna say my favorite part about what you said and what this show is that you went to the mental health part that you need to work on to get to
mm,
the next level of being an
yeah,
entrepreneur. So I
yeah,
loved that final like tie-in.
yeah. There's a lot of time. I'm my own worst critic. Everybody says that. And I am hearing it and thanking it for its information and moving forward.
I love that.
Yeah,
Thanking it for its information.
yeah.
All right. We wrap the same way every time. I feel like I say I don't know why we do it, but I secretly know why we do it. And everybody has to do it, and there's no excuses on not doing it. And that is with a leg raise.
Literally?
We kick. We high kick. Yeah. Oh, I'm
Literally?
barefoot
I don't
today.
have any. Oh, my feet are dirty. Awkward.
Wait,
Ooh.
I'm here for it.
Now we can check out this big purple bruise on my knee from hockey.
Not surprised, Jonesy. I've seen
Yeah.
you play.
That's a shiner. That's a
Oh,
shiner.
yeah. Well, at least it's not your neck.
Right? Well, yeah.
You're doing your best, and some days it's a mess, but you're showing up still, so we're very impressed. Feeling the pressure, yeah, we relate. It's okay to not be okay. Minding our business, let's talk it out. Jess and Jonesy know what it's all about. From burnouts and doubts to boundaries that stick, we're right here with you through thick and thick. Do what you want because you're grown.